Hi there, Kawhi here. 10 things here to do before Dragonflight 10.1 releases. So the first thing that you want to get done is to make sure that you clean out your bags. There's going to be a new zone, there's going to be plenty of new currencies available. Also, if your bags are full, you cannot complete quests. It's definitely going to be helpful on the first day of the new patch to have your bags tidy. Second thing that you want to get done is to make sure you grab your Onyx Amulet and equip it. This thing is going to be quite potent as a catch-up going into the new patch. For some classes, not that much of a gain at this very moment, however, for outdoor questing it will be definitely useful. Keep in mind, however, it will most definitely get nerfed going into the next season. The Onyx Amulet you can obtain between half an hour, maybe an hour. All you have to do is complete the introductory quest and then go to the vault. Your alts can then send over 6 keys. You can do this on 5 characters and then your main can open 30 vaults. This will give you plenty enough materials to get your ring to the max level. The third thing that you want to get done is to make sure that you get every seasonal available award that you have set out as a goal. These things include maybe ahead of the curve, cutting edge. If you're still progressing the raid at this very moment, shout out to you guys, keep going. These also include Keystone Master, also the portals, those are going away. And if you're still hard stuck in LFG trying to get your score up for the hero title, shout out, keep going. There's also going to be the elite sets. The elite sets from this season will be going away. They're, I would, if I dare may say, quite exquisite, but I'm not much of a PvPer sadly. The Gladiator mount is also going away. It looks fucking amazing, so if you are going for it, good luck, and if you have it, that shit looks amazing. The fourth thing that you want to get done is to farm out some rares, maybe a few swoops here and there. You don't have to do this daily, however, something like 15 to 30 minutes would already give you plenty of rewards. These include the Bottle Essences, Dragon Shard of Knowledge. These include Dragon Isle supplies. If you're uncertain why Dragon Isle supplies are valuable, the next, or at least going into the new zone, there's a certain item or a turn-in that you can buy and then you can get certain recipes, new profession recipes. So it's going to be useful to have some backup Dragon Isle supplies apparently. However, there's also other things that rares can drop, stuff like transmogs if you're still into that, maybe mounts, even though there's not really much value into farming mounts when everybody is on their dragon mount. However, it's also really useful maybe those elusive profession recipes. These include the hour-bound glass, the lariat. Those will be a little bit harder to obtain trying to kill a mob that's about 30 million HP in the outdoor solo is going to be definitely different compared to having 100 people next to it. The fifth thing that you want to get done is to make sure you're utilizing your catalyst charges. You can unlock LFR, normal, heroic or even mythic transmog from the Vault of the Incarnates. All you have to do if you've been doing some forms of Mythic Plus, restore items that you have sold, maybe deleted, that you want to get the transmog of. Use a bit of Valor and then simply use your Catalyst charge. Using the Catalyst, unlocking the entire Mythic tier set was quite easy, if I may say so myself, after obtaining it. So the sixth thing that you want to get done is to be aware about the revamped upgrade system and what consequences this will have for the player economy going into the next patch. What that means is that certain materials, which will be currently with a massive overflow of resources with very little to no demand, whereas in the next patch these will become highly sought after. That alone with the crest means that certain professions are mandatory to obtain the crest, and they will also have required materials associated for those crests. Not only that, there's also slight changes with other items. If you're looking for instance at the ultimate elemental potion of power, that one is becoming bind on pickup. It means that you can now buy it from the auction house. For someone like me that's not really gold focused at all, it still doesn't mean much. I can still buy everything from the auction house, nothing changes. However, For those that are looking into gold making or see gold making as their main profession, I would definitely highly recommend to look at ways to obtain those materials, definitely at a discount at this very moment. That will be useful going into the next patch. I'm saying this because there are no consumable changes. You will still be using the same feast, you will still be using the same food. It's not like food is gonna be newly introduced. It's the same thing for gems, it's the same thing for most of the items. They will be simply carrying over to the next season. So seeing what items are valuable or already popular, things like maybe Lariat, are definitely useful to invest in if you haven't already done so. The seventh thing will be checking out your class changes. New tier sets, maybe talent changes, or perhaps aura buffs that change out your rotation. You can already go into the PTR, equip your 4 set and just slam some dummies. There's not much stopping you. Unfortunately, testing has already concluded. However, there are many great guides out on YouTube. Sadly, not much PvP guides out there, but it is what it is for those guys. For Mythic Plus, there's a lot of masterclass guides available, and for raiding, there's a lot of great guilds that have streamed their testing, so definitely worth checking those out if you haven't done so already. The 8th thing is gonna be Season 1 crafted gear. This will receive an item scaling based on the specific item level bracket this item will be, or at least is at, going into the next patch. It means that items from 418 will go into 421. It's highly valuable. You can get certain off pieces that will be of higher value, for instance, going into next patch. I do believe that Valor 415 is the max cap for players that are currently not mythic raiding. So going into the patch, it just means that you could get a slight item level bump by replacing your items with crafted gear. The 9th thing that I would highly recommend is to look at your UI, check if you have any downsides in your UI, maybe fully rework your UI, maybe get a new weak aura package or anything like that. Getting a UI ready and working for next patch is definitely going to be valuable. Same for your add-ons. You know, you can test all your add-ons currently on the PTR, so it just goes again to show about the PTR thing. And the last thing, 10, if you've done all the listed things, I would say highly recommend taking a break. You can AFK up until the 8th or the 9th of May, depending if you're EU or US, and you'll be totally fine. You can do the questing intro for the caverns, 10.1 Aberrus zone. You can do that in within maybe 1 or 2 hours. Like if you're fully geared for 20 item level, you can just AFK to the patch, or not the patch, until the day of the season releases, and then you can just log in and then you can just slam. So definitely taking a break is very healthy. There's plenty of good games to play out there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Not sure about this type of content, but if you like it, yeah, just maybe send a comment or just like